Life can throw crazy curveballs your way and you never know what tomorrow will bring, but one thing you can do is try to be prepared. Pretty and Prepared is a podcast hosted by me, Pamela Valdez, all about being the best version of yourself while preparing for the life you want and deserve. With this podcast, we are targeting millennials, content creators, students, creative individuals, and more looking to gain insight on all things social media, living your best life, self-confidence, love, building your career from the ground up, landing internships, secrets to working with brands, and so much more. Tune in every Monday at 8 a.m. for a brand new episode. Hi guys, welcome back to Pretty and Prepared. I cannot believe we're already on episode 10. I'm really shocked, and I need to give another apology to you guys because I am so sorry that the uploads have been so inconsistent. I don't know why the scheduling that I use is not working. So here I am giving the formal apology again, and I promise you guys we are going to be back to our regular scheduled 2 episodes a week, Mondays and Fridays, 8 a.m. I swear school ends in 4 weeks for me, and I'm going to be on my A game all summer. So let's get into today's episode. We are going to be talking all about habits that might be holding you back. And this is our second advice session. As you guys may or may not know, every Friday is going to be advice sessions, as well as at the end of the episodes, I'm going to be doing Pam's picks and showing you guys what I'm really loving this week, specific beauty or lifestyle products, or even a book that I'm reading. So let's talk all about habits and routines and things in your everyday life that we may not realize are actually holding us back from our full potential. And I am saying this as someone who I used to look at social media in such a negative connotation, and I used to be so jealous of everybody and everything that I would see online, even if it was my own friends. And obviously now I've grown so much more and I've become so much more mature, which I'm really grateful for. But I used to do so many things that I didn't realize were holding me back from being the person that I am today. So today I want to share with you guys all of these things that have not only been super helpful for me, but I also think these can be something that even you can take into consideration for your own life, especially if you find yourself doing these things. Number 1 is deflecting compliments instead of accepting them. So this may seem very minuscule, I know, but I am telling you guys, when I started accepting compliments and not just deflecting them and saying, oh no, I don't look good, or no, my outfit isn't all that great, this is literally from Amazon, I don't know, when I would constantly just turn compliments back around to the other person and put myself down and make it seem like I didn't want to accept the compliment, I did not realize that this is just not good. This is something that is so bad, and it can just show not only your social anxiety, but low self-esteem and low confidence. And as a person, you never want to show that. Obviously you want to always be your most confident, authentic, amazing self, and when you turn down compliments just to put yourself down, you're not showing that. There is so much power that comes to accepting compliments, because not only are you accepting that positivity and that kindness from whoever is saying it to you, but you're building your confidence and you're also showing yourself some self-love, which we can obviously all use. And when you are deflecting compliments, this truly can just hold you back in life, because you don't realize how amazing and how genuine it feels when you are being complimented and receiving praise from someone. It's just such a nice, warm gesture of love. I remember a few months ago when I was still working at my part-time job, I was having a really bad day, and I went to Starbucks, and I literally think I was crying that day too. I had my hair up, I felt so gross, I was just truly not feeling my best. And the girl at the drive-thru literally was like, you are so pretty, here you go, here's your drink. And I when I was thinking about that the rest of the day, and it made me so happy because I felt so ugly, I felt so bad. And she was like, oh my god, you are literally so stunning. And it just meant the world to me. And instead of turning that down and being like, no, like I look so gross, I've been crying all day, I accepted it and I said, oh my God, thank you so much, that means everything. Like when you just take a compliment, it can mean so much and do so much for your self-esteem. Number 2 is rushing routines that are important to you. And by this, I mean when you rush your morning routine or your night routine, or you're just rushing anything that brings you joy and just helps you reconnect with yourself, you are missing out on so much. And this is so detrimental to everything else that you're going to do, either for the rest of the day or just anything that helps you set you up for the following day. So I'll give you guys an example. On Monday mornings, my sister and I like to work out, or we'll go on a walk at the park. And if you rush your night routine for the following day and you go to sleep at 1 a.m, but you have to wake up at 6 a.m. and you don't have your outfit out for the following morning because you have to hop into bed and force yourself to go to sleep, and you had to take a 2-minute shower so you can be ready for the next day. And like when you are doing all of these things and rushing your routine, it is so, first of all, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, you should be able to enjoy a nice hot shower, maybe do a bubble bath, or enjoy listening to a podcast before you go to sleep, reading a little bit, journaling. Like, when you rush your night routine, you are just setting yourself up basically for failure for the next day. And I'm saying that out of pure experience. Like, this is something that I have changed my night routine and my morning routine over the past few months, and it has done nothing but bring positive days and nights every single day for me. I was the girl that used to literally go to sleep at 1, 2 in the morning, and I would have to wake up at 8 a.m. for school, or 7, and I would be doing my assignments literally on the way to school. I would never have anything done, would literally leave my notebook and my planner at home. Computer would not be charged because I didn't do it the night before because I was rushing to go to sleep, and I forgot to plug my phone into charge. I didn't set my alarm. I didn't journal. I rushed my routine. I had to hop in the shower for 2 minutes. Like, these are all things that literally I used to do. And I thought that these were normal because I was like, yeah, I'm a college student, I am busy, I have a lot of things going on in my mind. Like, no. You need to actually indulge in routines that are important to you and that are actually fun, because it's going to help you just be set up so much better for the next day, and you're going to also feel so much more calm. And I actually just thought of an example of this. Like, imagine you're going to a concert, right? And you've been dying to go to this concert for months, and you get to the concert, the artist goes on stage for like 5 minutes, does maybe like a song, and then he's like, okay guys, I gotta go, like, have a good night. And then you're sitting there like, wait, I paid all this money to come and watch you perform. I probably paid hundreds of dollars, and you're gonna sing one song and rush because you have to just go home. Like, imagine how upset you would be at that. Like, every time you rush a routine or rush something that feels good for you, literally think of your favorite artist coming on stage for a 2-minute song and then just leaving. Like, that is so upsetting. And just the reason why rushing routines can be holding you back is because you're not letting yourself feel good. You're not letting yourself actually breathe. And you're already just trying to move on to the next thing in life without actually indulging in something that brings you pure happiness. Number 3 is copying people and obsessing over others. Now, this is a topic that I feel like a lot of people need to hear, because as an influencer, as a content creator, whatever you want to call me, my job basically entails of buying things and doing things that other people do online and then putting my own twist on it. Like, for example, last summer, everyone was buying this Makeup by Mario lipstick thing, and it was like a gloss, but it had color in it. And literally, as soon as I saw everyone posting it, I was like, I need to go to Sephora and buy it. And then I saw this other girl using this hair mask from the brand Way, and I went to Sephora that same day and I bought it because I was like, I'm going to the mall, so I'm going to get this because I saw this girl buy it. Like, basically, being a content creator, that kind of entails of my job is wanting to make a review on something that I immediately see online. But I don't do that in a negative way. Like, when I go out and I buy something, I don't do it because I'm like, I need to beat everybody else to it. I do it because, okay, this is genuine excitement. I want to go try this hair mask and this lip gloss and see how it works. But in my personal life, I used to apply this to things where I used to be so jealous of things that people would post online, whether I knew them or not, whether they were my friend or not. I would literally be so upset, and I would be like, I want to be that person. I want their life. I want their outfit. I want their bag. I want the vacations they go on. Like, I used to copy and obsess over these people for so long, and I didn't realize that, girl, you cannot be doing that. You cannot be obsessing over people or wanting their lifestyle. Like, number one, that is super unhealthy. And number two, you need to really hone in on being your own person, finding your own style, and just doing what makes you happy. Obviously, I still see things online from influencers and people that they post things, and I do want their outfits and I do want what they're using or what they're wearing. But now, like I said earlier, when I'm doing things, I do it out of a place of love and like genuine happiness and inspiration, because I really look up to everyone that I see online and people that I follow. And so when these people inspire me, I obviously want to go out and buy whatever it is they're using. But when you are copying someone out of a place of you're just a negative person, like in your heart, this is going to hold you back, because you're going to lose sight of yourself and your authenticity and your personality, because you're trying so hard to be someone else or please other people, and you want to be a carbon copy of them. And when you realize you can't be them, it's going to upset you, because trust me, like, I've been in that spot so many times, and you are just going to feel so much better when you know in your heart, I am me, this is how I dress, this is what I do, because this is my personality, this is my style, and I'm not trying to be anyone else. Moving on to number 4, caring too much about what other people think or asking your friends and family for their opinions can be holding you back. And guys, this is something I used to struggle with so much. Like, I can't even stress it to you. When I was so obsessed and absorbed with wanting other people's validation and caring about what they did or what they think of me, like, I was at the lowest point of my life, and I still struggle sometimes to this day with specifically family stuff. Like, I really care about what my family thinks, and I don't post certain things online because of that. Like, I'm not going to post a bikini picture with half my butt out, because I know my mom or my grandma or my aunt is literally going to open Instagram and literally see me like on a beach doing that. So I'm like, there's certain things that I'm a little bit more careful about what I post. But in terms of genuinely asking people like, oh, what do you think of this, or what's your opinion on that, I don't do that. And I stopped doing that such a long time ago, because I used to have friends that would love to jump at the opportunity of bringing me down or bringing someone down when we would ask them like, what is your opinion of this? When you ask people for their opinions, or you are asking them like, what do you think of this, you're automatically letting them either, number one, criticize you if they're a negative person, or number two, they're just going to try to give their opinion in a rude way, depending on the person that they are. Because there's some people where you can ask them for their opinion and they will literally be like, no, like, you look so good, or maybe, yeah, like, I like this photo a little bit better than the other. Like, I know if I ask my sister, what do you think of this, she will genuinely be like, Pamela, like, save your money, why would you buy that, that's so stupid. Or she would be like, yeah, that looks good, you should get that, or yeah, you look really good, post that. But my sister is so blunt, and I love that. But there's other people in my life who I used to ask them and I used to praise their opinions like to the gods and be like, I need to know what you think. And when they would tell me their honest opinion and it would be rude, I would actually just like hate myself, and I would be like, you know what, they're right, I do look uglier, I should not have worn that outfit. And that is so bad. I've had friends where I used to send them a picture of something that I wanted to buy or that I wanted to post on Instagram. And these are the kind of people that would love to jump, like I said, at the opportunity to point out any little thing and be like, oh, well, your hair looks like this, or maybe you should fix this shoe, or maybe this outfit isn't that good. And those kinds of people, like, I'm just going to be honest, they're literally just the worst kind, because there's no other way to put it. They love to just be negative and want to bring you down just because they're not happy with themselves. And I have dealt with so many of these people in my life. It is not worth it. They're not worth being in your life. And now that they're finally out, I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like I don't have to worry about anyone on top of me saying you shouldn't be posting this, or you should have done this differently, because it's not coming from a negative place anymore. And I stopped a long time ago asking people what they think of certain things, and I was never even the person who would constantly ask like friends and family for certain things, like for their opinion, because I already knew what the answer was going to be. I already knew that they were going to say something rude or negative. So the reason why caring so much about what people think and asking them for their opinion can be holding you back in life is because you're going to realize that there's so much you want to do, but you're not going to be able to do it, or you're not going to think the same way of wanting to do something because you already know someone else is going to be negative, or one of your friends is going to be like, you should have done this differently. Number 5 is holding grudges and still thinking about things that happened in the past. This is another topic that is so detrimental to things that can be holding you back in life. And I actually talk about this with my sister all the time, because my sister is really big on, if you messed up, like if you did something to me that's just unforgivable, like I'm not taking you back. And while I totally agree with that, I am also someone who I will take people back with open arms. Like, I don't like to hold grudges. I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue. I am literally the least, like, what's it called? Like, I'm someone who, I don't like controversy. I don't like fighting. I don't like arguing. And I just don't like being put in situations where I feel uncomfortable. And I will do anything to avoid that. But as of recently, like, if something is not making me happy, or I don't feel like certain people or situations are meant for me anymore, I'm just being honest and just gently removing myself out of it and doing it in the most mature way possible. And I just like to let people know, like, I still will welcome you back with open arms, but we're not going to be in like the same position that we were before. But there is no beef, there is no problem between us. It's just we're not going to be in the same position that we were before. Like, you're not going to be a best friend, or you're not going to be someone who is going to have as much access to me. That is how I'm looking at things now. And again, I hate holding grudges. I hate thinking about things that happened in the past, because I heard this quote that specifically just literally changed everything for me. And I heard it in a podcast episode from Mel Robbins. If you guys don't listen to the Mel Robbins podcast, you totally should. But she said this quote about being in a car. And when you're in a car, you look at the road ahead and you're going to your destination. You're in the driver's seat, like you're ready to go forward. And you can get flat tires, you can have detours, and these are things that are going to teach you lessons. And you can get flat tires, you know, but you can't look at the rear view mirror and expect to still go forward and drive forward if you're literally looking backwards. And when she said this, it was kind of just like mind blowing, because it sounds so simple, yet it's so deep and it's so motivating, because it's like, girl, like, it's true. Why are you gonna be looking at the rear view mirror and it be expecting to drive forward when you're literally looking backwards? And the same thing applies to your personal life and just your life in general. Why are you going to expect yourself to be moving forward and going forward in life if you're constantly looking backwards and looking at things that have already happened to you, or things that people have done to you, when it literally is in the past? It already happened. And when you're constantly thinking about the past and what people did to you, or what your life used to be like, you're never going to be able to move forward and just experience the joy of knowing what new things can come into your life if you just let them happen. Lastly, we are going to be talking about having the I wish I could mindset instead of the I'm going to do mindset. And the reason why I saved this for last is because this holds so much meaning to me, and it is something that if I would have never slipped into this mindset, I would not at all be the person that I am today. So, as I mentioned earlier in this episode, I was someone who, I used to look at the past and I think, I should have been different. Like, I should have done this. And I would look at other people that I followed on Instagram and would wish that I had their life. But the thing about me is that I would look at these influencers or these people online, and instead of actually thinking, like, how can I change my life? How can I be different? I would always just have this I wish I could mindset, or I wish I was them. I wish that I could do this. And if I would have never slipped into the mindset that I have now, which is the I am going to do this mindset, my life would not be like how it is now, and my life would not have been as uphill as it is basically going right now. I also want to bring up something that actually just happened on Instagram. You guys are gonna know when you listen to this episode, but I got nominated for a Lifestyle Influencer Award of the Year with the company Influence Her Collective. And when I saw that out of hundreds of applications, I made it to the final 5 people in that category, I truly just had like such an emotional pinch me moment, because I've been doing social media for 3 years, and like I just said, if I would have never slipped into this mindset of I need to change my life, I need to be a better person, I need to start achieving my dreams and going towards what I want, I would not be in the position that I am today, especially not being in a round with 4 other influencers and currently have the chance or the opportunity to be winning an award. Like, that is just something that is mind-blowing, and I never thought that me doing this and just deciding to post on Instagram or deciding to post on TikTok was going to change my life and allow me to be in the position that I am today. Which is why this takes me back to what we were just talking about, which is when you switch out of that I wish I could mindset and go into the I am going to mindset, you are just going to notice so many things in your life are going to change. And I'm so grateful to say that when I tell you guys, like, my life 3-4 years ago was not like how it is now. I truly mean that. And I used to hate my life. I used to hate waking up in the morning. I used to hate going to school, talking to people, doing homework. Like, I literally hated everything, and I was in such a low place, and no one could have ever imagined that looking at me, because I always hid it. I never wanted to let people know that I was sad or upset or not in a good spot, because I didn't want people to worry about me. I didn't want people to think that I wasn't being my usual self. So when I changed my mindset, when I changed my life, and when I started actually doing things that I wanted to do, guys, like, my life has never been better. So if you are someone right now who's in that same spot, or you're thinking your life could be so much better, today needs to be the day that you are changing that and that you're going to do something about it. Because if you just keep saying I wish, and nothing is ever going to happen, you are holding yourself back from so much potential, and so many doors and opportunities can be opening for you. As for Pam's picks and the items that I've been loving as of recently, I've really been liking the Kosas bronzer. I think it's called like the sun melt or like the sun baking something. I probably should know the name, but I'm obsessed with that bronzer, and I definitely think you guys should go try it out, especially because the Sephora sale is happening right now. But I really like it because it gives just a little bit of like dimension to my face, because sometimes I feel like my face looks so just flat, and I'm like, I need something that looks good on me. So yeah, I applied that, and I've been using that every single day, and I really like it, and I just love the entire brand Kosas. I think last week my Pam's pick was the Kosas wet lip oil, and I didn't even realize, because now I'm like thinking back to that episode. Yeah, okay, so that's 2 Kosas products back to back. So next episode it will be something different, I swear. To conclude today's episode, stop caring about what other people think. Think of the life that you want and how you can make it happen. Don't rush little things that make you happy. Accept compliments and give compliments, and stop copying people, and just be your most authentic self. And I really hope that today's episode has been super helpful for you guys. Again, follow Pretty and Prepared Pod on Instagram. And if you guys would like to vote for me for the Lifestyle Influencer of the Year, it would mean everything, like truly from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to say thank you guys for everything. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. And I am just so excited for the future of this podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening to Pretty and Prepared, and make sure to tune in every Monday for new episodes at 8 a.m. and my DMs are open for any podcast episode ideas you guys have, or if you guys just want to talk, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.